Welcome to the third video in our series. I hope you have enjoyed the past ones. This isn't the first one you're seeing, but if not, definitely go back to the Get Started video, and especially the contest. We've had lots of entries streaming in. I'm really excited about this. Can't wait to see who wins the iPad. Be sure to go back and watch all those videos and start getting your entries in with the kettlebell juggling levels. Now what we're going to go into is a continuation from that first video. I showed you the basically first half of the video from the Superhuman Training Workshop in which I was teaching kettlebell juggling. Now we're going into the back half where we get into some more advanced skill levels. Enjoy!
Teeth right here. We're going to Letterman's now.
Do you think it's easier with the heavier bell because it'll rotate a little bit slower?
The bigger bells, if you go too light, it tends to spin off to the sides because there's more weight in the bell. There's more weight in the bell versus the handle in a heavier bell, so it tends to be a little easier to get them to rotate. But you know, once you get real heavy, you got to put a lot of force just to get it to rotate. It has a larger diameter.
Probably a sweet spot there where it's slow enough to catch it.
I will say I do like the Dragon Door kettlebells. I like the thicker handle than a thinner one. It's just what I practice more with and what I prefer. So now just swing into the side and do a flip.
See how flows out instead of trying to go right back in, it's like swing
there you go.
out.
That's it.
Nice. There you go. Nice. Nice movement.
Okay.
His hand feels really sticky. And he built awesome hammers. I didn't know it was that cool. I didn't know.
Maybe Noah left something on it. As far as weights for men, if you're in decent condition, I never go lighter than 16, even with super complicated things. I like to keep the strength and conditioning aspect up. Sure, you can go really light and do just insane tricks if you practice the skill, but I do it for the strength and conditioning benefits. So for women, you could probably go 8 or 12 kilogram, good starting point for most of them. But once again, it can be a little harder because the handle, it can spin out a little easier. So you're doing good there. It's the same thing behind you. And once again, the hand is right there. So the kettlebell comes up. Let me see if I can just show this slowly. So I'm throwing like this. The kettlebell handle's coming up. I'm grabbing it when it's about this point and coming through. Oh, too light. Okay, so just like this. And just try to do it the one way. So you can go out here, or you can just pass it off and then like this. But I like to add the front flip and then the back flip. It's a good little flow. But you can just go like that. Make it easier so you're not paying attention to the other one. Got it. Didn't quite flip there. Yes, there. That was it.
Nice. Yeah.
It does really require good mobility, having full range of motion back here. The over the shoulder takes even more because you're putting yourself in a hammer lock doing this move. Nice. See, through my superior teaching skills, he picked it up.
Awesome.
Good job, man.
I'm done.
Yeah.
No, you're not done.
It's done, man.
All right. 50 more. Good job.
All right. Maddie, what's one thing you're working on?
I actually work on the, like, this one when it flips in front, but I want to do from the bottom and then catch it.
Oh, bottoms up?
Flap,
Okay, come on up.
Catch flip. Bottoms up, catch flip.
All right, this is something, I didn't see this anywhere else. I just came up with one day.
I can do this one.
The bottoms up kettlebell juggling, where it goes into and out of a bottoms up position. Look at part of a root there. Start lighter with this. With the 24, it's really It's really tough to do that. There we go. Pretty good.
Wow.
So you have to put a lot of force to get it to spin. Well,
I'm gonna
like
do it
this.
reverse though.
You can throw it out that way or that way in order to get it to spin. And there's another one. See, you'll notice you're not always catching it in the perfect position, but because it's not an excessively heavy weight, you get used to doing that, so you're more injury resistant rather than injury prone.
And if you have a big base, the other stuff.
Yes.
So I'm gonna
And you start slowly. I wouldn't recommend anyone just jump into these more advanced skills. Start slowly. There's a whole bunch more than we have time to go through here. Coming to the outside, overhead, underbody, all sorts of stuff.
yeah, the helicopter spin all those were like
Yeah. Yeah, I was working on a really stupid one backup for this. It doesn't even involve the kettlebell flipping, but I do a spin and then catch it. I haven't made it yet, and it's stupid. The first time I tried, I almost smacked my head into the kettlebell. I don't recommend a lot of the advanced stuff.
I'm gonna try it as well.
Of course, I show it to him and he has to try.
Okay, I need to throw it high. Throw the kettlebell high. It's gonna look like here.
You have to be careful of the flight path. You're not pulling it that way.
Okay, for the sun. It's right in line.
Yeah.
Does your international
Man,
health
this week-
insurance get covered in that? The US?
Being dropped, having a 50-pound
You have to
drop
sign
on
an
you.
extra waiver.
Okay, so you already seem to have. You're trying to flip it up and catch it into one.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead and rest. So I can show you.
I want to rest, but
So you're good at. You obviously can hold it in the position and throw it out of it pretty well.
I mean,
So
yeah, that's. I want to catch it like that. Yeah.
like that. So this is a real tricky one from the side.
Little pistol.
It's just, once again, it's getting the timing down for the flip and grabbing it in the right spot. So going a little higher with this
So I mean,
and outside, so I mean sometimes you will catch it here, but can still grip it.
I just want to catch the palms up. That's all we do.
So throwing it pretty high, so and it doesn't have too fast of a spin because then it's harder to catch.
Yeah, I'm gonna try. Is it 60?
Yeah. See, that got away too far from him. Even if he catched it, he probably couldn't have brought it into the clean position. There, that wasn't a pretty good flat path for it. That was close. Try to get a little less spin.
It needs to go right up, right?
Yeah. Yeah, you have good flight path. A little less spin, I think you might be able to.
Oh, yeah.
Right there. Okay,
Almost
throw
made
it a little higher, but with the same spin.
Get him, Matty.
Right there. So you had that right in position for it. Like I said, you don't always catch it in perfect. Good job. Thank you.
Thanks, man.
All right.
Good job.
So that is a brief overview of kettlebell juggling. Like I said, I should have prefaced this all. Practice outside or in a place where you definitely can't drop it. As you see, they get dropped a lot. If you have access to sand, that's great because then you're not leaving holes in the ground. But grass, dirt works fine. Make sure there's nothing around you that you're going to run into or hit the kettlebell against. A lot of accidents could happen but are easily avoided.
Small children.
Yes, keep them away. And if you're at a park and there's dogs running by, be wary of that. They could zoom by. And, kettlebell, dog, kettlebell will win.
Yeah.
Any other questions? Does anyone want to try that hasn't tried yet? Come on.
There is no.
So like I said,
Only do.
there's lots of hand-eye coordination. I picked up all these skills and never juggled before. Here we have a pretty good juggler. So he should have pretty good skill at grabbing it, but
No pressure.
it is completely different. It is a unique skill. So let's try the two-handed front flip. A normal reaction for people when there's an iron in the air that could possibly hurt them is to close their eyes and go away. You need to obviously keep the eyes open. and be able to spot. It actually improves your awareness time because you have to be able to spy the handle in the right spot, be able to get it. Try a little more of a flip. Throw the handle a little harder. There you go.
Sweet.
Nice.
Try the flip the other way. It rotates faster that way with less force because that's the direction the kettlebell naturally goes.
Okay, Ryan.
Now go to one hand.
Behind, under the legs, over the shoulder.
See? With his juggling skills, picks this up really quickly, and of course the foundation of kettlebell. All right, let's see where you can go from here. Try.
I wonder if it takes
Just
a
do the
second
front.
to make that neurological connection too, like, you know, when you first do a line, you're kind of like that.
So keeping it in the outside path so it doesn't come straight down. A little more outside. But not too far. He's almost reaching for that. It's all, you know, it's the three bears. You're finding just right. Too much or too little and you'll miss
You're
it.
super strong. When you grab the cows, grab it as it's coming back down. That was hard for me.
Such a show off,
I
right?
have a really bad concentrating muscle. Yeah, well, because you're so
I bet this guy could be very, you know, like mine and Maddie's level in just a couple weeks of practice.
What do you say?
Yeah, but he's gonna be a little
I'll just try
With
some little different.
the beats.
For straight flips, but throw them back and forth. Okay.
So here is a flip to the outside. I tell you, when I don't kettlebell juggle for a while, and then I go and do it for a little bit, my biceps are always really sore the next day.
I bet.
That's awesome.
And then more advanced.
Oh, cool.
Sweet.
Bodybuilder does
So it's just an outside, warm up swing to the outside,
concentration
and just go to the middle.
180.
That's awesome.
They catch it on the bottom.
If you've never done just swings outside the leg, that would be a good thing to practice as well. This way or this way. If you've never done it before.
underhand, that's good.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yes.
Very nice.
Okay, and the even more advanced off of that. So you come to the outside, and I wouldn't recommend that one right now. Yeah, it's an awkward angle. Once again,
Do it,
what do you
Ryan.
do like that?
Did you grab it overhand when it came behind you?
It switches because your underhand here
Underhand,
and your overhand back.
Okay, you re-catch it overhand?
What do I do?
Yeah.
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 It's hard to get your body needs to really go in this position, and you'll notice the foot's coming off the ground to get that same explosiveness we're using for the push presses.
Yeah.
It's all coming from the legs, arms are just guiding it. And you see in the back it's actually like stopping a little bit before you get the throw off.
Yeah.
Once again, mobility, flexibility. Like I said, that's really hard for never having tried before. Even this close is awesome.
Let's turn on its side.
Yeah. With the more advanced tricks, it's in most you're keeping just that one direction. Here it's very hard. All right. Anyone else want to try that has not yet?
Could you teach me the side thing?
Okay, sure. Thank you. Very good. You should keep at this. Seriously, I want to see what you can do.
Good job, Brian.
Awesome, man.
So just swing it from side to side first.
He's finished.
So this is just a outside to outside swing. There's more advanced ones too. You can start doing circular snatches, and then also like palms up to the outside.
I'm just gonna.
Yeah. Then when you're here, throw and catch.
Could you do one just to see? Right, so something like.
Yes, sorta.
And then from here would be.
The ground's not even either.
That makes it more challenging.
Like when Noah's trying to, he was keeping a little too low and inside the body, which is throwing it. Here he's a little too far outside, which is throwing it off. Once again, getting it right in the middle. So that's the introduction to kettlebell juggling. I encourage you to play with this if you want an active rest like kettlebell. Like I said, you can pick up these skills. Every session you go out, you'll learn a couple new skills. And it's a lot of fun to do.
Sweet.
No one else can do it, so it doesn't take much to become one of the best in the world at this. I encourage you all to try. Thank you. I'll just do one more demonstration for fun.
I gotta hit them.
Nice. Awesome.
Yes. With the normal over the shoulder, you catch it with the opposite hand. It's much trickier when you catch it with the same hand.
Yeah, I got you.
So there's just levels and palm levels of what you can do with this.
Very cool.
Alright.
Now here's the truth, some of that stuff isn't even all that advanced. One of the greatest things you can do with kettlebell juggling is not just to endlessly perform harder and more difficult tricks as far as skill levels involved, but start doing them with heavier weights. That's why with the kettlebell juggling levels, the ranking system, you have to not only work with the lightweight, but continue up and work with the heavier weights as well. You can get very advanced in difficulty in this. I mean, just check out level 2 with the 40 kilogram kettlebell right here. So going up and down in weights will increase the strength and conditioning of these skills. The same thing goes with just actually becoming more advanced with skills. I mean, check out what you can do with some partner kettlebell juggling. Once again, very advanced move here. There's infinity flips, but a whole lot of fun. Now something you may notice when you're watching these videos is that you really can't have perfect technique. Yes, you want to have a base of doing the swing and all that so that that stuff's ingrained in so you don't need to focus on it while you're doing these moves, but because the kettlebell is slightly in different areas depending on how you throw it, how you catch it, your technique is rarely perfect. And I think that's a great thing because think about in sports. How often are you in the perfect position when you're doing anything? You never are. The same thing can be trained with kettlebell juggling. These chaotic movements allow you to get strength where you need it. You'll notice in a lot of these videos that my back is somewhat rounded in this. This is good. I mean, this is what has led me to doing over a 500-pound deadlift where my back isn't completely straight and being able to do it fine. Because I'm so strong in all these positions, I'm strong in what are normally called weak positions through this kettlebell juggling. Now, you don't want to start with a heavy weight in a very awkward position. Of course, that could lead you to hurting yourself. But if you begin, start small, and build up, you're going to build phenomenal strength, you're going to be injury proof in your body, and you're going to get all the results from that. So I think not having perfect technique like you do with kettlebell juggling where it's sort of forced upon you is a great thing. Now here is what's coming next. As you know, I'm about to release the definitive guide to kettlebell juggling 2.0, and I'm super excited about it because I haven't done something quite like this in the past. What I had with the original definitive guide to kettlebell juggling was a 2 DVD set. Covered a lot of the skills, you know, things you've seen here to some degree, more or less. What was difficult about that was that kettlebell juggling is always evolving. I mean, the amount of things, it's basically whenever I go out to practice, I'm coming up with new stuff. So when I have something like DVDs, can't really edit them and then have new copies or anything. So what I've decided to do for this new version is everything is going to be available online in a membership portal where you can get all your kettlebell juggling. It's really definitive. Every single move I possibly can come up with will be covered in there, and anytime I come up with something new, it will be added to it. So everything's going to be available, broken up into 20 different modules, actually 21, because there's a module 0 as well. And in all these modules, you'll get the breakdown on every single move. You'll see me doing these videos by myself. You'll see me teaching these moves to other people, so you get to see the common mistakes that are made. You'll get to see videos in slow motion with these different things. I'm going to have the full details coming at you later, but I just want you to get ready, get excited about this, because this will be delivered in an all new way that's going to best help you achieve these skills. And I think you'll be really excited when you see the low price for this, as well as the bonuses I'm throwing on top. So that's it for this video. Stay tuned. Coming at you Monday, the next video.